The anti-Zionist worldview of the ultra-Orthodox groups Neturei Karta and Satmar Hasidism perceives Zionism and the establishment of the State of Israel as an anti-messianic act, conceived and born from sin. These groups vigorously deny the very legitimacy of the collective political return to the Holy Land and to Jewish sovereignty. For them, this is the handiwork of humans, violating the Jewish people's oath of political quietism. In the words of the Midrash, as expounded by Rashi, the people were adjured not to return collectively to the land of Israel by the exertion of physical force, nor to rebel against the nations of the world, nor to hasten the end. In short, they were required to wait for the heavenly, complete, miraculous, supernatural, and metahistorical redemption that is totally distinct from the realm of human endeavor. This waiting over 2 millennia manifests the very essence and singularity of the Jewish people, expressing their faith in divine providence, in the assurance of the prophets, and in messianic destiny. This nicely sums up my video. Jews are not a monolith. Anti-Semitism is a dog whistle. Most people who are sane and actually know about read are anti-Zionist, they are not anti-Jew. Anti-Zionism means not leaning into extreme hatred of Goy. It is the recognition that Goy or non-Jews are human. Cheers. If you need more proof, here is Natalie Portman, a literal Ashkenazi, being called anti-Semitic because she stepped out of line. Natalie Portman's actions border on anti-Semitism and played into the hands of the haters of Israel and those who aspire to destroy the State of Israel, he railed. Anyway, knew of a guy who was Jewish and spoke out. It didn't end well for him. Recently, a musician was labeled with the oh-so-popular dog whistle, as well as a journalist. One-sided blood libel, an old allegedly false label for certain actions against Goy children. We've heard rumbling of Beth Din, or the equal of secret Sharia courts in the Jewish community, for years. 9 years ago, Channel 4 did a special on rabbis linked to covering abuse in the Jewish community.
Is it a good idea to speak to the police about it? No? Why? But this is a very serious issue.
Yes, but
Not the police.
sure.
So when Rabbi Padwa is asked here about going to the police, he says no, because it's Mazira. And this concept of Mazira means it's forbidden to report a fellow Jew to the non-Jewish authorities. And here Rabbi Padwa is saying that applies even when you're talking about allegations of child sex abuse.
As Christian Zionism is the belief that Jews take precedent, this is a lie. No man is worth more than another. Galatians 3 verse 28, there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus. Now what if Zionism was hurting the Jewish community like the Channel 4 special I just mentioned? The children most of the time being abused are Jewish. Abuse tends to start at the home. Not to mention Jews have been fighting forced enlistment into the IDF or Israeli police force for years. Of course, they beat them in secret. Like any good abuser, isn't it anti-Semitic to ignore the Jewish people you're forcing to enlist? Strange. Forced adoptions are one of the things done to the Mizrahi Jews.
A lifetime of pictures for Jacqueline Fedida, her children, 16 grandchildren, 22 great-grandchildren. One face is missing, has always been missing from the photos, but not from her memory. Her son, born on June 3rd, 1954, while she was sedated.
ילדתי ילד, ילדתי חתול, עכבר, מה ילדתי? תראו לי אותו. למה אתם לא מראים לי כלום? גברת זרקנו. במילים האלה, גברת זרקנו.
Fedida came to Israel from Morocco in 1948 amid a wave of mass immigration. The new state's population doubled in 3 years. For decades, hundreds of these new immigrants, mostly Jews from Yemen and other Arab countries known as Mizrahim, claimed their children were kidnapped. Some say sold to Eastern European Jews called Ashkenazim, or Holocaust survivors who couldn't have children of their own.
Well, if you had already perked your lips to say this video is anti-Semitic and you do not know who they are, please sit and listen. Before Rothschild helped establish the State of Israel in the post-war world, there were already Jews there, and in Yemen, Yemeni Jews are what they are called. What makes a Jew? Many groups make up Jews, that's an issue. due to the Ethiopian Jews being sterilized.
Every 3 months for birth control.
At the meeting, they said, you don't need to give birth so many times. If you give birth a lot, you will suffer in life. You need a job in Israel. So we said, if that's true, we will never be able to get out of here. So we took the shot.
The Israeli government has confirmed the drug Depo-Provera was used on some Ethiopian women. The drug acts as a long-term birth control, but the method is usually a last resort for doctors because of problems treating its side effects.
The Mizrahi Jews were kidnapped from parents and irradiated or experimented on. Don't believe it, the ringworm affair, which used Mizrahi Jewish children. Kids' babies. The ringworm affair refers to circumstances involving an alleged number of 20,000 to 200,000 Jews who were treated between 1948 and 1960 for tinea capitis, ringworm, with ionizing radiation to the head and neck area within Israel. The population suffering from the disease in Israel at the time was composed primarily of newly arrived immigrants and populations who were expected to emigrate, mostly from North Africa, as well as some from Middle East and elsewhere, but many Jewish children were irradiated in their home countries regardless of their intent to emigrate.
In this episode, the spotlight is on radioactive poisoning in Israel. After the bombing of Hiroshima, the U.S. government remained eager to develop nuclear technology. So eager, it used its own citizens as guinea pigs. To keep bomb tests secret in the 1950s, downwind Nevada residents were deliberately not warned about radioactive fallout heading their way. Thousands of GIs were then ordered to march through that fallout so the Pentagon could test how enemy soldiers might perform after a nuclear strike. Only decades later did the government apologize and pay limited compensation to the victims. The documentary you're about to see suggests that something similar also took place in Israel. Only this time, the victims were children. I'll be back afterwards with an update. For now, here is the ringworm children.
The irradiation of Mizrahi children is viewed by activists in Israel as the most salient example of injustices encountered in the 1950s as a result of shortcomings or irresponsibility on the part of authorities in the absorption in Israeli society of new immigrants. Isn't that anti-Semitic? But they will never discuss this in a serious capacity. The NWO wants to destroy God's people, they hate them. They use the dog whistle to control, while beasts like Ari Emanuel, brother of Rahm Emanuel, mayor of Chicago, called for boycotting the musician. They say anti-Semitic, but they really mean don't tell on our synagogue to our God. There is no real intention of the preservation of Jews, only the degradation of what's left of them. Oh, about Doja Cat, really the Venetian mask, the eyes wide, whatever ritual. Janet freed the nipple, we got YouTube, I wonder what Doja's nipple will do.